Hey, hey, how are y'all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Ooh, 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 ooh. Happy Monday, y'all. What's going on? I hope you're enjoying your day so far. I need something to put on my lips. Try to pop my face on this camera. Good evening, good early evening. Depending on where you are, good afternoon, good evening. It is Monday, December 21st. And we are going to talk about the wonderful United States of America, how they are treating their people right now. What's going on, y'all? I hope you're enjoying your day. Let me first pop on and tell y'all that I love y'all. If no one's told you today, I'm telling you that I love you. And I want everybody to be at their best at all times as much as possible. So I'm going to read just basically where we're at. I'm going to read to you guys what we're trying to get voted in tonight before midnight, get signed off, get going so that us as Americans can have some type of relief, even though it is the minimum. The relief that they're voting on tonight is nowhere near what we need to get us back to where we need to be. But it's something. And if you know anything about life, you know that sometimes you can't get exactly what you want, or sometimes even exactly all you need. But if you can get just a little bit, then maybe you can make the most out of that and make it do what it do. So let me get my butt on this camera and show y'all my face. So hey y'all. Hello, hello. How are y'all doing this morning? Not this morning. This evening. I'm so sorry. Um Actually, y'all, I am sleepy. So y'all gonna keep me up until I get the fuck up out of here. But we're gonna talk about some stuff that's going on. Hey, allegedly, boo. If you don't know, right now that our United States government is in danger of being shut down. So this happens pretty often. In the in most recent years, it seems like almost every year we're nearing a government shutdown. We've even been in a government shutdown. And then we're waiting for these people who have the job to run our country. We're depending on them to make the right decision. It seems so simple for us, it seems like it's almost like when you look at social media and you look at all of these memes and all of these posts about love, and everybody's looking for the same thing, right? But nobody can find it, obviously, because everybody's is still looking. So, you see all of these posts and memes about, somebody looking for that person, that they can vibe with and that they can build a life with. And it seems so easy, right? It seems like, well, damn, if everybody's looking for the same thing, why don't people find somebody to hook up with and we get it popping? Why do we have all these single people, unmarried people, single parent homes and all this stuff? It seems so easy. It seems like the solution is so simple. Same thing with these decisions that our government is left to making. It seems so simple to us. It's just like you compare ourselves. If you haven't been over to I Am Content's channel today, go to her community wall. She posted a meme, not a meme, but it's a photo giving a list of all the different countries around the world and how what they're doing for their people, as far as financially helping their economy, their people to stay afloat. And then you see us. Where are we? At the bottom of the barrel, and we're supposed to be the super world of the super country of the world, right? Um, and it seems so simple. It's just like you guys can bail out other countries, you can find money when you need it to bail out companies and industries, and you guys get paid well, the people who are left to make these decisions. Yet we've been waiting around for the past, what, 32 weeks, so 8 months. So we've been waiting around the last 8 months. We've got one $1,200 check in the last 8 months. People are getting evicted. People are still getting sick. People are still on unemployment at a very high rate. Schools are closed. People are hungry. And it's just a shame. It is a shame. So I'm going to let you guys know where we're at so far with what we are, where we're at, what they're going to be voting on tonight. Midnight Star, hey boo, hey Mo, what's going on, boo? Love you too, babe. That chick from NY, hey boo. Hey Chef, how you doing, babe? Suki, how y'all doing? Hey James, love you too, babe. The rest, tomorrow is the rest's birthday, as well as Butterfly and Lady T's birthdays around the globe. Red Rose, hey beautiful. Oh Mo, thank you, babe. All right, so anything that comes my way is a blessing. Absolutely, babe. And there is going to be something that's coming, so I'm going to let you guys know where we're at, what they're going to be voting on, and we're going to see what we can do. So, we're just waiting at this point, as we have been, but it seems like we're closer than ever. So we're going to take it. We're going to take it. All right, so let's see. So, okay. Where you at? It's raining outside. I'm sorry, I should already had this pulled up. All right, where you at? It is raining outside. Okay, so I do want to tell y'all while I'm pulling the article up, I'm going to read from that Joe Biden will be in office in a month. He will be taking the oath in a little bit over a month. And he said that once he is in office, he will be passing another stimulus check. So hopefully, um, the flip side to that is that um, there's rumors that Trump may uh, issue a martial law emergency for the decision of the vote of the election. Trump said it's fake news, so that's a good thing that he did respond that way. But yeah, so all right, here we go. All right, so here we go. All right, so leaders in the House and Senate reached an agreement late Sunday on a 900 billion pandemic relief bill that includes enhanced unemployment benefits and direct cash payments. There were several changes made from a proposal put forward nearly 2 weeks ago by a bipartisan group of lawmakers. Direct stimulus checks were brought in at the last minute. Direct aid to states and liability protections for companies were left out. If the new bill passes, it will be the second largest federal stimulus package after the $2 trillion CARES Act that Congress approved in March. Lawmakers in both chambers are expected to vote Monday and send the bill to President Donald Trump's desk for his signature, just in time to get something done before the end of December, when several aid programs and CARES Act are set to expire, including key pandemic jobless assistance measures and eviction protections. The full bill text was released Monday afternoon. Here's what's in it: stimulus checks. The package would send direct stimulus payments of $600 to individuals, half of the amount provided in the first round of checks, which went out in the spring. Eligible families would receive an additional $600 per child, which is $100 more than Congress gave families in the first round of relief last spring. but you cut the initial check in half, so yay. Fuck. Anyway, the payments start phasing out for individuals with adjusted gross incomes of more than $75,000, and those making more than $99,000 would not receive anything. The income thresholds would be doubled for couples. The amounts will be based on 2019 incomes. Those who filed their 2019 tax returns will receive their money automatically, as well as Social Security recipients and those who uploaded their bank information using the IRS's online portal to receive their first payment. Undocumented immigrants who don't have Social Security numbers remain ineligible for the payments. But in a change from the first round, their spouses and children are now eligible as long as they have Social Security numbers. So that's about the stimulus checks. So if that wasn't clear enough, if you remember, the first round of stimulus checks was a $1,200 check for a qualifying individual, okay, qualifying adult. As long as you filed a tax return in 2018 or 2019, you receive Social Security benefits for 2018 or 2019, able to receive a stimulus payment. If you have qualifying dependents, meaning any minor child under the age of 17 years old, you will also get a portion. You also got a portion for them. You got a $500 credit for them. This time, so that they're going by the same income levels. If you make over $75,000 a year, the payment will decline, okay, until when you reach $99,000. And then if you make over $99,000, you will receive nothing, okay? Now, so the initial check for qualifying adults will be $600. Any dependent you will also receive a $600 credit for each dependent. Okay, if you are in a two-parent household, two-adult household, with two children, they say like your household will get $2,400. That's like, average size household for a family. Okay. It does not say if there is a cap on how many dependents you have. I will have to find the fine print on that. So I don't know. I want to say they put a cap did they have a cap last time of 3? I can't remember. But I will try to find some fine print if there's going to be a cap on dependents. If you're just like, if you're an adult and you have 5 children, 6 children, whatever. I don't know if you're going to get $600 for each dependent, but the way that it's reading, you will get a credit for each qualifying dependent. Okay. They are keeping the stimulus check rules the same as last time. So while they were working on a stimulus package where young adults who are claimed as dependents on their parents' taxes were considered, they will not receive a payment this time. Okay, that's not the package that they're considering right now. The package that they are considering is the same rules as last time. So if you're a minor child if you file a dependent, let me use the right wording. If you claim a dependent on your taxes who is over the age of 17 years old, you will not get a credit for them. You have young adults who still live in your household that you claim as a dependent. You have some of your kids who are in college that you still claim as a dependent. None of that. Okay. No adults that are claimed as dependents are going to get the credit. Okay. Now, if you are, say, if you're a non-filing adult, meaning that either you don't make enough money throughout the year to have to legally have to file taxes, or say you don't work, but you have a child that receives Social Security benefits, you will receive a credit for them. So as long as you got the first payment, you should automatically get it because they already have your information. They're saying that these payments will go out a lot faster because they had so many glitches or so many issues with getting the payments out last time because of not having the information. They should have all your correct information. If you qualified for a stimulus check last time and you did not get it still, for whatever reason, maybe you didn't go into the IRS system and put in your information. Maybe you just said, forget it, I'll just wait until my taxes next year, and you do want it this time. I'm pretty sure that they will open up the portal for you to be able to enter your information, hopefully. But they have not said anything about that either yet. So if you guys have any questions outside of that about the stimulus checks, I'll try to answer that. If you have any questions that I have not answered that I don't have the information for right now, just either drop them in the comments if you're watching the replay or ask in the chat, and I will write them down and I will try to find the fine print on that. Okay. Hey, Silky Black Boo, Burrow. How you doing, Boo? Hey, Des. Hey, Chef. Okay, so, all right. So moving on to the unemployment benefits. The jobless would receive a $300 weekly federal enhancement in benefits for 11 weeks from the end of December through March 14th under the deal. The amount is half of the earlier federal boost, which ran out at the end of July. Also, the agreement calls for extensions of two other pandemic unemployment programs that were created in the CARES Act in March. Both are currently set to expire at the end of this week, affecting an estimated 12 million people. The Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program expands jobless benefits to gig workers, freelancers, independent contractors, the self-employed, and certain people affected by the coronavirus. The Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program provides an additional 13 weeks of payments to those who exhausted their regular state benefits. Both programs would close to new applicants on March 14th, but continue through April 5th for existing claimants who have not yet reached the maximum of 50 weeks. Also, the deal provides a federally funded $100 per week additional benefit to those who have at least $5,000 in annual self-employment income that are disqualified from receiving pandemic unemployment assistance because they are eligible for regular state unemployment benefits. In addition, the bill gives states the authority to waive overpayments in cases where the claimant is not at fault. The final agreement is less generous than the original bipartisan deal. It would have provided 16 weeks of enhanced payments and pandemic benefits. The bill would also continue full federal financing of extended benefits through mid-March, providing up to 20 additional weeks of payments depending on the state's unemployment rate. Typically, states and the federal government split the tab. Fewer than 24 states now offer extended benefits because of the improving economy. Sorry. Okay, so now that's a little bit more confusing now because there's a lot that goes into it. So with the unemployment benefits, okay, there's different ways that you will qualify. All right. So under the first stimulus package that was passed called the CARES Act, they had an extension, a federal extension of benefits added to your state's average payment. Okay. And what they also did was they extended the qualifications or the requirements for you to be approved. Okay. Under regular state guidelines, you are only qualified to receive unemployment if you are working for someone pretty much. Okay. So you can't be self-employed in any type of way to receive unemployment benefits. Okay. You can't be just off of work just because of COVID or just because of what's going on in the world. You have to actually be working at a job who pays into unemployment insurance, who you've been working there for enough time to even qualify, and you were terminated. Okay, so there's certain stipulations that you would fall under to, and it's very tight knit under the state's guidelines. The federal when the federal government stepped in per COVID, per the previous stimulus package that was passed, they widened that range of requirements for you to be able to qualify for unemployment. So under that, every state has an average amount that they will pay out for unemployment. Here in Ohio, it's $189 a week. Okay, so depending on where you live, you have an average unemployment payment that would be paid out to you. And then the federal government also added additional funding to that, which, as we know, it was $600. So instead of the 189, you would have received 789 a week. And a lot of people did from March all the way to the end of July. And then once that ran out, anybody who is still unemployed and continues to file under the CARES Act would only be receiving that $189 a week up until now. Okay, so what they're going to do for that, they're going to extend again, but it's not going to be 600, it's going to be 300. So depending on your state's average amount weekly amount that they would pay, they will also add another $300 a week to that amount for 11 weeks. They will approve you from the end of December. So I'm going to assume the last week of December, okay, because they plan on getting it. If it gets passed now, then you would technically qualify from Sunday, which was yesterday. So it would start the last week of this month, and then it will go through March 14th. They also added extensions in there. So say if your unemployment benefits ran out, meaning that you've gotten it for the full length of time that you're allowed, they also added extra time, an extra amount of weeks onto that per the pandemic rules. Okay, and then the extra $100 that they were speaking of was if you are not qualified under the federal guidelines, but you are qualified under the state guidelines, they're going to give you an extra 100 instead of a 300. Now, let me tell you why. When you qualify under the regular state rules, you're not going to get only that minimum $189 a week or whatever your state benefits are or state minimum is. You're going to get whatever calculations you're allowed per what you were actually getting paid. Okay. So you get I want to say you get like 2/3 or something like that of what your normal income is. But you get a lot more than the state minimum. She just got here. Shit. Yeah, you mean still here? You can get it at 5 o'clock. Yep, Kenny. When you got here, I had just got here. Y'all see how I get roasted every day? This is what I go through. That's why the beef sector it can't move me. Because I go through this shit every day in real life. Okay. Hey Chanel Boo, you welcome, babe. So say like I work a regular job. My job usually pays me $500 a week. But my job closed down because of COVID. So per my pay, I would get $350 a week instead of the whole five, right? Through unemployment. Well, then that means I'm still going to get my $350, but unemployment will add the federal government will add $100 to that instead of $300. Okay. So instead of my $350, I would get $550. But that's because I'm not going to get that minimum 189 that other people are getting that wouldn't normally qualify for unemployment. Because if you are like a Uber driver, or you're self-employed, whatever, which is self-employment. So any job where you're in charge of your own income, and it's two different applications too. Let me say that. So it's two different applications for you to even qualify. All right, or that you would even fill out, depending on why you qualify or why you think you qualify. So if you have an actual job that you're not working at right now because your job is not open because of COVID, then you would file for unemployment regularly through the state's website. But if you qualify strictly because, excuse me, you're self-employed, you're at home with your child who is not in school, you are, your job is closed down, maybe you have COVID symptoms, maybe because someone in your family died, the breadwinner, the person who was ahead of your household died because of COVID, and now you're left to care for the home. That's another reason why. So depending on why you qualify, because these are the questions that they ask, you don't have to give them, there's nobody for them to reach out to verify your income information. So there's no company for them to reach out to. If you were supposed to start a job and you're not able to start that job now because of COVID, maybe they're not hiring anybody new on right now anymore. They're telling you to wait. Maybe your job just shut down. You can't get a hold of them. All of those reasons are reasons in the questionnaire to see if you qualify under the pandemic rules for unemployment. Okay, very general. Okay, nothing specific. Okay, when you file under the state rules and just regular unemployment, you have to put in all this information. You have to send them this paperwork. They actually, contact your job. It's a whole application process. For pandemic unemployment, all you do, you fill out the applications, you answer the questionnaire, and boom, your thing goes through, and they will, process it and approve you. And it'll just be at that base rate of whatever your state minimum is. So that's how that works. Okay. So that's why there's different rules. That's why there's, somebody may still be getting it, somebody may not. Somebody might get this amount, somebody might get this amount. It just all depends on what your individual situation is. Okay, so that is the unemployment. Okay, hey MJ. And if you have any more specific unemployment questions about your specific situation, if you are not receiving unemployment and you're not working right now, you can email me and I will help you I will guide you to where to go to fill out the application and stuff like that. So you can start to get those benefits if you're not already getting them. Okay, so the next one is small business loans. Every damn. Oh no, man, that motherfucker. Okay, so let's come through here doing all that damn talking. Do you know how many times he done came back here and synced that damn car? Okay. You know how I think I still had a see, I was about to say something. I was about to say I think I still have a nut in my mouth, which that's what it was from when I was eating my oatmeal, but not I think I still have nut in my mouth. I think I have a nut. Different things. Nut and a nut is two different things. Okay. So anyway, next portion is small business loans. Okay. The bill would reopen the Paycheck Protection Program so that some of the hardest hit small businesses can apply for a second loan. The program stopped taking applications for the first round of loans in August. The second loans would be limited to those with fewer than 300 employees that have seen drops of at least 25% of their revenue during the first, second, or third quarter of 2020. It would also reduce the amount a borrower can receive from 10 million to 2 million, give businesses more flexibility on how they spend the money, and simplify the forgiveness process for loans under 150,000. It carves out 12 billion for minority-owned businesses. It also expands eligibility to more nonprofits as well as local newspapers, TV, and radio broadcasters. Okay, that's good. Hmm. Okay, that's information, y'all. So if you don't know about the previous paycheck protection loan program that they you had to have you could you couldn't have more than 500 employees, so they dropped that down to 3. The highest loan that you could apply for was 10 million. They dropped that down to 2 million. They're also easing up the process because basically this loan could also be forgiven. Okay. So the stipulations for the loan to be forgiven were you had to spend the money within 8 weeks. You had to spend, I want to say 75% of the money on, uh, payroll, overhead. It had to go into the business directly. Like it had to be exactly what you needed to keep the business running. At least 75% of the money had to be paid through that. And you had to spend it in 8 weeks, and you had to prove those funds were spent on that what they told you to spend it on. That's 75%. Hey, nothing much. Oh yeah. You see my booty? What it look like? Smashed in the seat. What?
It looks like this.
Oh, okay. Oh, you play too much. Yeah, they know I've been doing my they know I've been at the doctor's doing my stuff. I didn't do my butt. I did my stomach. I ain't even did my butt yet. Let me see your booty. What in the world? That was just Quelly, y'all. Okay, so yeah, I go through it here. Okay, that's why I can't handle men, cause ain't nobody going for that. Let me see your booty. Dude be like, what the fuck? You bet. I wish the fuck you would stand up. That's why I need a man in my life. I need a husband. Okay, I need somebody to tell me what the fuck to do. Lord, protein is protein. Too many people did take advantage. Exactly. So they're going to cut out a lot of those stipulations to where some of those higher, those bigger businesses cannot qualify. So that's good. It also says that it has 12 billion set aside just for minority owned businesses. I'm going to do something, you guys. If they pass this, I am going to put in an application, a couple of them actually, and I'm going to see what it do. Okay. So, and I would suggest that you guys do the same. If you have your own business, if you have less than 300 employees, if your revenue has dropped at least 25% anytime this year, I would definitely suggest that you put in an application. Okay. And they're going to be expanding the rules for nonprofits, local newspapers, TV, and radio broadcasters. That could be considered YouTube, y'all, right? So if you have a YouTube channel, if you do, where's Miss TR? Miss TR got a TV station, okay? So we're gonna keep an eye on that. All right. So if you guys have any questions about business loans, about the Paycheck Protection Program, you can also email me if you have specific questions, things that you don't want to do in the public. Just email me, let me know, you guys, and I will definitely guide you to the links that you qualify. I mean, for you to file. I will also help you to, to answer the questions the way that they need to be answered, so you get this unemployment and you get, these loans. Okay. I'm gonna be trying to do it too, okay? 'Cause I need a boost. I need a boost in my own business. So we getting down to there. So let me just go. I'm about to skip right there just for you. So here we go. Let's go ahead and skip to. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because it's not good. I don't think it's good as far as for student loans. Yeah. Um. What I want to say is I I think there's nothing for student loans. Student loans, and this is what I was saying about student loans. There's nothing. I'm gonna read through this, but I don't see anything. From what I know, they're not doing anything for student loans. What I would say for student loans, I will say for you to defer your loans yourself, because just regular, without a pandemic, if you do not have the income to pay for your loans, you automatically qualify for deferment. Okay, so if your income has went down any, or if you're just totally not working, please go in and defer your loans yourself. Go into your lender website and do that yourself, because I don't think they have anything in this package for student loans. Okay, here we go. So grants for theaters and other live venues, which I don't really care about this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and read it because it's here anyway. I don't know why the fuck this is in here. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Let me see. MJ. My cousin was just asking me, does she have to reapply for unemployment because she gets her last check tomorrow? And I was just going to look that up and see you talking about. Thank you, babe, Theresa. Okay, so if she gets her last check, then what she needs to do is she's going to file for an extension, okay? And there will be a place on the unemployment website as far as filing for an extension, because I don't really think that they automatically do it. I think you do have to file, because when you do start to get unemployment, you have to manually go in every week to make sure you get paid. Okay. So it's not just one thing and then you're done with it. You have to go in every week and let them and tell them, I'm not working, I'm not working, I'm not working, every week, right? So you do have to do that every week. It is something that is ongoing, because if you stop filing, then they're going to stop paying. They don't pay unless you go in there and answer their questions and let them know you're still not working. So I think it'll be the same way, that there will be a place for an extension. I would tell her to get ahead of it and just go on the website right now and look at frequently asked questions and things like that to see if there's anything about an extension already in her state. And if not, I mean, as soon as this gets voted on and stuff, I'm definitely gonna come on and let y'all know. But um, I would tell her to go and look at that website and see if there's already a place to file an extension. Did you see the article on Joe Osteen receiving $4 million? Oh, hell no! I heard them say the COVID mutate. Wait a minute. I heard them say the COVID mutated in UK. It mutated. I did hear that there's a more aggressive strain that is going around right now. So that's probably what they're talking about. Hey, Sandra. I did not hear that. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Because, see, but that's the thing. You welcome to. So that's the thing, is that a lot of these rich people who have these huge companies, by the old rules through these business loans, they technically qualify. Technically, per the rules, they did qualify. Under 500 employees, like, that's huge, huge. I work for a small business, and we got 5 people that work here. So you think 5 people here, 500 somewhere, that's huge. Still considered small per if you're comparing corporation to business, but still, this would be the type of place that would need that funding, not somebody that can afford 500 employees. You see what I'm saying? Um, if you can afford 500 employees and you can't make it a few months through a pandemic, then you might want to rethink why you're even in business. You know, that's just a whole issue within itself. So let's go. So grants for theaters and other live venues. So the bill would create a $15 million grant program for live venues, theaters, and museum operators that have lost at least 25% of their revenues. The initial grant can total up to $10 million per eligible business. A second grant worth half of the amount. Well, wait a minute. A second grant worth half of the amount of the first may also be available. The money will be specified will be for specified expenses such as payroll costs, rent, utilities, and personal protective equipment. During the first 14 days of the program's implementation, grants will be awarded to those who have faced 90% revenue losses. Then those who have experienced at least 70% revenue losses will be eligible during the next 2 weeks. After the first month of the program, any other eligible business can receive grants. Funding for schools and child care. The bill would provide $82 billion in aid for K through 12 schools and colleges. Earlier proposals from Republicans and Democrats called for at least $100 billion in aid for schools. An additional $10 billion is included to support child care providers that have struggled because of the pandemic. So, child care provider is a small business. So why wouldn't a child care provider just apply for a business loan? Why is there money set aside specifically for a daycare? Now the school's fine, but so I don't know what to call it. All right, so rental assistance. Let's go. Rental assistance. The bill would extend. This ain't helping. This just pissed me off. The bill would extend until January 31st the eviction protection set to expire at the end of the year. It also would provide $25 billion in rental assistance for individuals who lost their sources of income during the pandemic. Now, that part is good. BP, hey boo. So the part that they will offer $25 billion in rental assistance for individuals who lost their sources of income during the pandemic is good. So they're giving some more assistance out there for people who need it to pay their rent, but they're only extending the eviction protection through January 31st. So you're only giving them another month? The fuck is that? That shit should have been extended through June at least. That's some bullshit. Maybe because it's a federal daycare, I don't know. That would make sense if they trying to protect their own no, because it's just daycare, period. But it could be because, yeah, I mean, I would guess they're struggling because a lot of kids are people staying home. So they ain't getting no kids. They losing out on money. Kids ain't going to school. People ain't going to work. So, I mean, I get it, but they should be in the small business group that has to apply just like everybody else. Shoot, I'm seeing people still being evicted. Well, the rest of because like niece, Brittany in the chat, she said, well, I don't think she's here right now, but she's in Chicago and it expired there on the 12th of this month. So they're saying the end of the year, but a lot of places the protection already expired on the 12th. And like I said, as soon as if you owe, but this is what I mean. Try to make an arrangement with your landlord. Y'all hear me? Listen to me on this. Try, number one, go to your state's website and read your tenant rights and responsibilities because it will tell you what is and can't be done and what you can and can't do. Okay? But if your landlord makes any agreements with you where they will take something, if you got $100, if you got $50, if they take that money, they cannot evict you. They cannot go and file you in court, and they can't evict you without filing you in court. Okay, they can give you like a notice to evict, but until paperwork is actually filed in court and you actually get a notice for eviction or for court, then it don't matter what they say. Okay, so make some arrangements. Try to make some arrangements with your landlord to where they take something, because if they take any payment, any money, then they cannot go and file you until the next month. Let me be clear. It don't last forever. So you can't give them $50 and they'll still be in there 3 months later. No. But for that month, they cannot file you. They would have to actually wait until the next month comes, that date, rent date passed, and then, add it all together. But if they make arrangements with you for this month or any month, try to give them something. Say, look, I got this right now. I'm still working on the rest, or I'll have the rest in a week. I'll have the rest in 2 weeks. If they take it, okay, try to get something in writing. Talk to them in email, talk to them in text message, where you have something in writing that they agreed to that. This is what I have right now, and I'm going to pay you as soon as I have the rest. Try not to even put a date on when you're going to pay them the rest, because they can hold you to that, okay? And they cannot file you in court, all right? And, even the eviction process, you can stretch out for, a month at least, if not two. But, it's stressful. You don't want to go through that. But I'm just trying to tell you ways to stretch it out and buy you some time, okay? So try to make some arrangements. But so they're only going to extend the protection until January 31st. But yeah, some areas that are already expired. So there's people, as soon as they're allowed to go file you, then they're already going to file you in court, because it's a business too. A lot of people have properties, but that's what pays their bills. Like we laugh and we talk about Fi Babe, how she got a property and that pays her mortgage. A lot of people do that. Why? I guess that they can have a bunch of shit in their name that they're paying on. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people will, they have, tenants, and those tenants pay their bills. So, anyway, okay. So the next one, so if you need any help with that in your individual area, you can also email me about that. And I will try to help you find the exact rules or laws in your area to help you with stretching out as long as you can. Hey, Trina, babe. Yeah, put folks out in the middle of winter. Yeah, business or not, you're a person first. You're a human first. Okay. And the thing about our purpose here on this earth is to help others. It can be financially, it can be information wise, it can be a smile, it can be anything. We are here to bounce off of one another, balance each other out. That's what we're here for. We are here to do the work of God. Whatever you believe in, we are here to do the good work. Okay? And that means helping one another. That means being a blessing. Sometimes you need the blessing, and it's okay, because everybody is on the needing end at some point in their life. I don't care who you are. Somebody needs something at some time in their life. Some are on the needing end, some are on the blessing end. And then it just goes in a circle. And one day you might find yourself in the back, and one day you might find yourself in the front. But at the end of the day, we are all here to balance each other out. And if you are blessed enough to be that blessing, do that. Do that. Because whatever you feel like you may be losing out on, or it might be a little bit harder for you right there at that moment, a lot of times you being a blessing when you don't even have for yourself, that's what's going to save you in this world. That is what's going to carry you through. Because even in your moment of need, you chose to be there for somebody else. So if you do have property and you let that person slide through, if you do have a business and you try to keep your employees on as long as possible, whatever it is that you can do to help the next person, do that. Even when it's hard on you, because that is what's going to carry you through this life. it's not going to be what you're going to gain or what you're going to save by firing this person. Okay, that's $300 I don't got to pay out this week. Okay, I'm going to put this person out and then I'm going to get this rent deposit. So, okay, that'll double and that'll make up for what they didn't pay. Yeah, sometimes we think that way, but then guess what? You might have a worse person in there. They might got the money, but how are they as people wise, as your taking care of your property, or you it's give and take. That's what life is, give and take. And sometimes you might be the one that's giving all the damn time. Sometimes you might be the one taking all the time. But as long as you try to be on, as long as you aren't doing it with ill intent, then it's gonna work itself out. I got a question. My daughter's ex claimed her and he got the last check. She was living with me. He also got 10K. Damn. Oh, he got 10K twice. See how you get that 10K twice? He got two different businesses filed. Him and Pam. So he filed her and he got the last check. He claimed her and got the last check. So he got a dependent check for her, or did he fill out her information and got a check in her name, got a deposit in her name? Because they didn't give out dependent credits for grown people if we're talking about the stimulus check. But I mean, you can file a grown person on your taxes regularly. Ooh. But hey, Lady T. Hey, boo. It's Lady T's birthday tomorrow, y'all. Along with Theresa and Butterfly. Lady T, did you know you got all these birthday twins, girl? He claimed her as a dependent. Okay, so he claimed her as a dependent on his taxes, but he didn't get a dependent credit for her. He could have though. Now let me say this, because non-filers did if okay, so I don't know what her work situation is, but if he put her information in as a non-filer, then he damn sure could have got that $1,200 for her, because all you do is put in the person's name and social security number and stuff, and then put their bank information in, and he could have gotten a deposit for her. But hey, Willie Boo. Yeah, Willie, it looks like we gonna get it. We seeing they voting on it tonight. So I'm just giving y'all what they're giving out. It's only gonna be $600, 600 for each dependent. So yeah, so OT Trish too. Yep. Okay, so the rest of she's in the chat, or she was earlier. Her birthday tomorrow too. And then there's somebody else too. I think it was Sandy. Sandy 510. She was in the chat a couple weeks ago. I think she said hers on 22nd too. Yes. So yeah, because for adults, even if you claimed them as a dependent, they did not give out you didn't get the $500 credit. But if you are a non-filer, meaning that maybe you worked but you didn't make, if you don't make over 12, if you make under $12,000 in a year, by law you don't have to file your taxes. That's just law. And however it works out, I guess you're considered like, I mean, I guess it's just not enough or whatever. Um, Unless you have a child, if you have dependents, then even if you do make under that, people still file because of the credit that you get, because you will still get so much of a refund. But if you are just a single person under $12,000 a year, you would get a refund anyway per regular rules. So by law, you don't have to file. Now you can, but you don't have to. And then but a lot of people do, even if they are under that, because if they have children, then you still gonna get hella refund, okay, because of the child credit. You get money for that. So okay, the rest of boo. So okay, she's disabled. Okay, so does she get Social Security? So okay, so she gets Social Security, and yep, so he did get it then. So he did get But you know what? So that's even fucked up because he didn't get. He probably got $1,200 for her, but she's still an adult. Damn. Hey Eric, how you doing, babe? Yep, it's only gonna be $600, Lady T. It's only gonna be 600. Yeah. So Sandra, now this is what I would do, Sandra. What she's gonna have to do is she's gonna have to go into the IRS and she's going to have to change that information. Um, and it's hard to get them on the phone, but what I would do is go into the IRS website. It took away the link for you to be able to update your information, but there are some frequently asked questions. There's going to be a way to update your information. Okay. So she needs to either, whether she gets them on the phone and she can report him as well. Now, you know, she can report him for getting a payment that was not his. Um, but what she needs to do so he doesn't get the second one is go in there and get her information changed. So she needs a bank account, like a routing and a checking account number, and or if she just wants to get a paper check mailed to her, but I would say give some electronic bank information. Um, Now let me say this. So where's her money going now? Because I'm assuming that when he was with her, it was probably, yeah, IRS, not Social Security. Because is her Social Security straightened out where it's coming to her and he doesn't have access to that, does he? Because the payment should go to wherever her Social Security goes. So if her Social Security was going to somewhere he had access to, that's probably how he was able to do that before. Um, thank you, JJCJ. Thank you, because yeah, is that's why I'm asking, is her Social Security straightened out? Because he's not her payee or anything right now, is he? That needs to get straightened out because wherever the Social Security goes, wherever her income goes, that's where that check is going to go. And if that's not straightened out, she needs to get that straightened out. So if her Social Security is not straightened out, it goes to your account. Okay. So then the check should go, but I would still contact them just to be sure. I would contact IRS just to be sure that they have the correct information. Yeah, so that's what we need to do. We need to make sure that the IRS has the right information. So do that as soon as possible because they're saying that they're not going to be, it's not going to take that long to get these payments out because, they pretty much got everybody updated their information from the last time and they're still going off of the 2019 tax criteria. So there's no new tax returns or anything they're going through or anything. So they're still, so it's going to be pretty much automated. No, he never, okay. He told her he claimed her 3 days ago. Oh, wow. That's fucked up. Wow. Wow. Okay. So he never was the pay. So, okay. Wow. They're saying people should start receiving next week. Yeah. Yeah. If they do pass this tonight, then they will send them out pretty quickly. And with them being sent out electronically, now the one thing is that they can only send out so many payments at a time. So, they will still go like kind of like last time they were going by certain criteria. They were starting with the lower income people first and going up higher. So they'll probably do that again. But they pretty much were sending like all the electronic ones out, like, so just I will call them like in the morning, make sure that, and they'll be on the phone, try to go on their website, but also talk to somebody directly to make sure that it's all handled. Hey Vina. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go. So where we at now? Okay, food. Okay, so nutrition assistance. The deal would raise SNAP benefits by 15% for 6 months, but would not expand eligibility. This is more generous than the original bipartisan. This is more generous than the original bipartisan agreement from earlier in December, which called for a 4-month increase. Let's see. Democrats have advocated for augmenting the SNAP, or I'm sorry, they got this long name and I'm trying to read all blah, blah, blah. You're welcome, Sandra Boo. Let me know if you need help with that too, babe. Like if you're in a specific state and you need help getting the information. Okay, so Democrats have advocated for augmenting the SNAP as food stamps are normally known since the pandemic began, but the provision never made it to prior relief packages. The bill would also expand the pandemic EBT program to families with children under 6 who receive food stamps, deeming them enrolled in child care and eligible for benefits. It now provides money to low-income families with school-aged children in lieu of the free and reduced price meals they would have received in school. The deal also would send $400 million to food banks and food pantries through the Emergency Food Assistance Program. It would also provide $175 million for nutrition services for seniors, such as Meals on Wheels, and $13 million for the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, which serves more than 700,000 older Americans monthly. So, hey, Blazing Boo. Okay, so SNAP, food stamps, nutrition. All right, so that's good that they are going to be allowing money and stuff like that for, elderly and senior programs. They're also going to be, so if you don't know, if you have school-age children that would usually receive a free lunch in school or a reduced lunch, your state is giving food stamps to families to supplement that. Okay, so if your children are being homeschooled and they are not, or for whatever reason, they are not eating lunch in school, they are paying that money to the parents so that because your kids are at home more, you're feeding them more, right? So that's an awesome thing. So hey niece, so if you guys have, like they said, 6 years old and let me see, children under the age of 6, they're deeming them enrolled in child care and eligible for benefits. So basically, they're at home. Home is considered child care. They're giving money for that. And then if you have school age children that would usually be eating lunch at school and they're at home, then they are also allowing money for you to buy, extra groceries and stuff for that too. So please reach out to either your website, your local, your state food stamp website. You can just type in SNAP, SANP, in your state, and then it will give you a link to wherever you need to fill out that application if you're not receiving them. This is automatic. This is not by your income. They have already waived income requirements and all of that. Okay. I would apply, period. Not just only for the children, but I would just apply, period. Now, if you're already getting SNAP benefits, then just know that they will be increasing your benefits by 15%. So whatever you're getting a month, you will get 15% more of that. And it said for 6 months. Okay, so through the month of June, what we're in December. I don't know if they're going to give you back pay for December, but I would probably assume from January to June, you're going to get 15% more in stamps. I would tell everybody to apply for stamps. You don't have to give them any income information. Do it. I've told y'all this. If y'all ain't got shit else, you should have been getting some stamps all this time. Now, I don't care what the hell you got going on, what you think you got, what you embarrassed for, whatever. Walmart, you can order groceries on Walmart's website with SNAP. You can use SNAP with Walmart or with Kroger grocery. I'm pretty sure other grocery stores are doing it too. Okay. You should be getting some supplement for food, if nothing else. And I'm going to tell you something. Look at your groceries, look at your house, look at what you spend on food. That can help everybody, okay? Because it's less cash that you have to spend out. All right. So get your damn stamps. Okay. I don't care if it's 200 a month, whatever it is a month. Because for a single person, you should at least be getting a couple hundred. Okay. That's a couple hundred that you could keep in your pocket and pay towards your bills, your gas, your transportation, your rent, whatever the fuck. Okay. You can just have. Okay. Get it. So that's that on the SNAP benefits. Go to your state website, fill out an application. They will send you a notice with an appointment of when to call them. You call them. They will ask you how many people are in your household, how many adults. You just tell them it's, how many of our adults are in there. No, you're not working. Bow bow, and they will give you your stamps for how many other people are in your household. Okay, hold on one second. This is my mama, y'all. Hello. Uh-huh. Oh no, I'm going to the store after I leave. Oh, yep, I'm going when I leave. You're welcome. Bye bye. Really, y'all. I got no spoons here. But okay. Sandra, you can contact me. My phone number is 419-901-1550. You can also email me. So you can either text me, let me know it's you, or you can email me also. I'm watching World News tonight, see what they're going to say now. Okay, Midnight, let me know if you see anything different, but it is fraudulent. She lived with me. Yeah. So that's the thing. He needs to be reported. No, if he claimed her on taxes, then he will see, and that's the thing. That's why you got to call the IRS, and you can report him for fraud, okay? And you can just go on the IRS website and just report fraud right away. All they're going to do is all you got to do is give them that social security number. Give the IRS her social security number, and they will track it to. Thank you so much, Blaze, and thank you. Yep, if you're on Instagram, you can DM me on Instagram. So just go. So what was I about to say? Yeah, go to the IRS website. You can file for fraud. Okay, and I would do that. I would file fraudulent claim against them. Like seriously, like outside of trying to get this next payment that's coming, I would definitely file him for fraud. So yep. So yeah, there is a program that helps disabled also. So Sandra, if she lives with you, I would definitely also look out for rent assistance. I mean, I don't know what your situation is or whatever, but there's need based, and then there's, keeping things afloat and keeping things going regular based also, and if you have a child that you are, caring for, then you need to get as many resources that's available, so you will get the food benefits, you will get the rental benefits, okay? Also look out for utility benefits. We are in the winter months right now, so they offer heat assistance, they offer electric assistance, okay? So this is the time, get that stuff, okay? You can always cut it off. You can always let it go. See, that's the thing. Like, this isn't something permanent. Like, once you're cool again or things go back to normal, just tell them you don't need it no more. You can apply for stamps and just don't reapply when they start sending you stuff for you to redo your paperwork or ask you something different. You can just let them cut you off. Simple. Same thing with like your heap assistance. If you reach out to heap for your utilities and it's time to redo it, or you can always say, I'm good. I don't need it anymore. 419, here, let me put it in the chat. So you can always let them cut you off. You don't have to get it forever. You can just do it for right now. Okay. And y'all, yes, my number. It's on my Avon page anyway, so don't worry about it. It's all good. I ain't worried about nobody calling me that I ain't feel like talking to. Um, so yeah, so TLC said they wasn't too proud to beg. Period. The fuck? Shit, it's survival of the fittest out in this bitch. Okay, survival. You better be in survival mode. That's how. If I don't know nothing else, y'all, I know how to make it. Okay, and I'm not even all that proud of that because that's not no way to live either. You get tired of always figuring things out. Sometimes you just want shit to just be okay. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Vina Boo. Let me see. Also, DFAF HB online. Oh, thank you. What's that for? You welcome, Sandra. Heck yeah. I'll be a begging bitch if it's up to me. Look, period. Fuck. Hey, I'm getting mine, okay? So for the next 6 months, if you're on SNAP, you will be getting an increase of 15%. That's automatic. If you are not on SNAP, qualify ASAP. Okay? All right, so that's that. Vaccine and hospital funding. The agreement would provide $20 billion for the purchase of vaccines so they can be available at no charge for those who need it, as well as another $8 billion for vaccine distribution. It also would give states $20 billion to assist with testing. And it adds $3 billion to the $175 billion fund for hospitals and healthcare providers for reimbursement of healthcare related expenses or loss of revenue resulting from the pandemic. The original agreement would have given them another $35 billion. So money for vaccine and hospital funding. Yeah, Brittany, just only that 600. Only that 600. Yep. Let me see. I would talk to him, try and settle with him first and let him know that you don't want to turn it in as fraud. If she's under 22 years old, SNAP goes by parents' income. Yep, that is true. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Payroll tax repayment. Employees who are deferring their workers' payroll taxes under Trump's executive action from August now have until the end of 2021 to increase their employees' withholding to pay back the taxes owed. Originally, the deferred amount had to be repaid by April 30th. Many federal workers were required to participate in this program, though their unions protested. So, yeah, a lot of federal workers, if you were forced to defer your payroll tax, if you don't know, Trump filed an executive order to for employers not to take payroll taxes out of their check. It wasn't that it just went away. It was basically just a deferment. It was just like a little loan, okay, on your paycheck. All right. You still owe those taxes. Okay. Um, so they had to be paid back by April 30th. They are changing that till you got until August of 2021 instead of April to pay back your payroll tax, which they should have just took out in the first motherfucking place. Okay, because if you ain't giving it to me as a gift, take that shit now because all you're doing is giving me another bill to pay later. But anyway, for those who appreciated it, I respect it. But I'm just saying, just to force somebody into a situation like that, I think that that was very wrong. Disaster financial. Oh, okay. Thank you, Vina. Thank you, babe. Okay. All right. So screenshot that. Oh, they are withholding from the employees. Yeah, there was they had basically he filed that order, he signed that order for them to withhold payroll tax out of the check. And then it's like a lot of people didn't want to even participate because they're like, shit, I'm gonna still owe it later, so shit, just take that shit now. And if you were a federal employee, a lot of people were forced into that. Not only federal, but a lot of people was forced into that. Okay. So yeah. All right, y'all. So that's that on that. They gave a extension for that date. Um, okay, what's that? Okay. What's not in the bill? State and local government funding. This is what's not in the bill. Okay. Final deal does not contain any direct aid to state and local governments, dropping an initial call for 160 billion in assistance as the basis for good faith negotiations. The provision has been among the most contentious of the negotiations. It has. That's been one of the main things that has stopped any package from being passed all these months. So the provision has been okay. House Democrats has provided $875 billion in the relief bill that passed the chamber in May to help states and local governments struggling with lower tax revenues during or due to the pandemic. But Republicans have resisted allocating additional aid beyond the 150 billion provided in Congress's $2 trillion relief bill in March, which could only be used for coronavirus related expenses. GOP lawmakers have said they don't want to bail out states that have mismanaged their finances. And I agree with that, with the Republicans on that. There's already questionable things going on with the money that the state handles. That's number one. We know, I don't care what state you live in, you probably heard about some mismanagement of funds. And now you want billions and billions of dollars to keep bailing y'all out or to keep assisting you when you can't even really prove what you've done with the money thus far. So I don't disagree with that. Okay, state and local officials blasted lawmakers in recent days when it became clear that direct aid was falling by the wayside. In a joint statement Sunday night, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer pointed out that the final agreement would provide emergency resources for schools, $27 billion for state highways, struggling transit agencies, Amtrak, and airports, and $22 billion for health-related expenses of state, local, tribal, and territorial government. In addition, the agreement calls for providing $2 billion to support intercity buses. The deal would also extend the deadline for spending down the 150 billion in coronavirus relief funds by a year. State and local governments have been racing to use all the money by the current deadline of December 30th, with many providing assistance to residents. State and local officials had also asked to be able to use some of the funding to plug budget shortfalls. So, and that's another thing is that they had this $150 billion budget that was already allowed to them that they had not used because the money was only supposed to be for coronavirus related expenses, whatever that was. So, and when they issue money for certain things, like you have to use that money for whatever it was whatever it was called for or given for. You can't just repurpose funds even just because they're there, which to regular people it's just like shit. If you got all this money sitting there, why not just use it for what you need it for? But you do have to get approval for that type of stuff, has to be voted on, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like if you guys know this money is there, then use it. And that's the dumb shit right there. Like, even when Trump had signed that executive, he said $400 a week. They said, but the federal government would pay the 300 and then the local government had to pay the other 100. Most of them didn't even pay the other 100. That's coronavirus related. So why wouldn't you do that? You know what I'm saying? So there may be funding in your state for things and, see, because a lot of states are trying to spend up this $150 billion that they've been allowed because they only have until December 30th to use it. So, hey, Bobby, I just want to know where all this new money coming from. I have no idea. Shit. It really don't even make me a damn difference at this point because they find money for everything else they want to do that don't even be having shit to do with us. So pull that shit from somewhere. Um, all right. Hello, Dr. Aiden. Hello, read the stimulus bill. The U.S. is giving billions of dollars to countries to accept peace with Israel, yet American people get shit on. A revolution is needed. Thank you. See, that's what I was just saying. What I say in the early beginning and just now. They find money for every freaking thing else. You will spend money everywhere but here. Like showboating. It's kind of just like is that just our culture, period? Is that why people, you would rather spend money on looking good than feeling good? Like you don't want to pay your doctor bill, but you will go buy a new outfit. You know what I'm saying? You'll go buy everybody drinks in the bar, but you ain't gonna put gas in your car. Is that just our mindset or what? No problem, niece. It's all good. So yeah, I hope no one is expecting a large refund next year. Actually, Chanel, actually, I feel like there's gonna be a lot more credits allowed than usual. So yeah, so that's this I didn't fuck my code up. But yes, Dr. Aiden, thank you so much for that because that's what I'm like, y'all have all types of money, you know, other places, but when it comes to handling your business, mm-mm, mm-mm. No, the people who live here, the people who keep your country going, the people who make you this money in the first place, we can't even get none. But yeah, there is I feel like what I will say, let me say this, that's part of where the money will come from is income tax season. And not just this season, but seasons down the line. They will always find a way to get their money back. Okay, trust and believe that. Like you gonna pay. Okay, so yeah, so that's that on that. But the way that things are going, like it does, there's gonna be taxes are gonna be very different. The way that filing taxes and stuff like that are gonna be different this coming year. So be careful with that. Just be knowledgeable or trust somebody that's knowledgeable, knows what they're doing. Just don't go doing your shit like you usually would. And okay, because if you do, you will miss out. I gotta freaking buff my lips this tonight. So thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Victoria, how you doing, babe? So yeah. So let's see. So that was it, y'all. So yeah, there's nothing in here for student loans. If you have student loans deferred, please go to your lender's website and defer them again yourself. Please do it before your deferment time runs out, which I think is the end of this month. You probably got about a week and a half. Go ahead and get those deferred out as far as you can now on your own. Also, again, apply for as much as you can. Apply for as much as you can. I will come back, um, as soon as I hear what's going on, or if anything goes on, I will hear. I am going to go through some fine print and see if I can find some other things regarding, like cutoffs for dependents, things like that. Like I said, if you guys have any questions about specific topics or specific parts, or you need help applying for anything or finding the information so that you can apply, please contact me and let me know. Also, yeah, for unemployment, that's another thing. If you're not getting unemployment, please file. Make sure that you you apply through the PUA, Pandemic Unemployment Application, okay, or assistance. Please make sure that you apply through there because it's two different applications, two different processes that they push those through. Um, that's it, y'all. So shit. Fuck them loans. I'ma just stay in school till I die. Hey, then you won't never owe them. Yeah, that's another thing. If you didn't know, if you've received financial assistance through the federal government for your student loans, as long as you're enrolled in school, they're always extended out. They don't actually start asking for money until you are out of school. I think it's like 6 months after you get out, that's when they want to start getting paid. So as long as you're taking a class, a couple classes, whatever, um, oh, stay enrolled. And it's good for you anyway. It's good to always stay up on something. It's good to keep yourself moving and your brain flowing and all that good stuff, but it also does stretch you. So, so fuck them loans. That's how I feel. Shit, I didn't get my degree anyway. Like, shit, y'all the ones closed. The fuck you want me to do? Matter of fact, I need to contact them because I got some business of that to handle on my own. So, absolutely defer, defer, defer. Okay. So yeah, and that's like I said, that's in the regular rules anyway. If you are considered low income, then that's what it's there for anyway. It's just that the federal government was giving you, basically they were doing it for you or they were just allowing you that. But shit, we still in a pandemic, ain't shit changed, and you still don't got the money to pay it. So defer them now. Hey Lewis, happy face, how you doing? Um, So yeah, that's it, y'all. That's the end of that. As far as I'm concerned, it's some things in here that we could have really done without. Y'all got all this money for all this other shit. That money could have provided the other $600 to get a whole $1,200 check. I mean, damn. $600. What in the fuck is $600 going to do? Like, what the fuck is that? I mean, it's something, and we gonna do what we gonna do with it, but hey, Spider, thank you so much. We gonna we gonna make it, of course we're gonna put it to use, but it's just like, damn, we was slacking on the 12. The fuck? Love you too, Spider. But we were slacking on the 12. So apply for unemployment. They will be given that extra 300. So that will help. It'll help. Like here in Ohio, that'll be so here in Ohio, you will get 489. 489 a week. So you said you looking at me right now? I'm looking at you, you looking at me. We looking at each other. But so yeah, it's really a slap in the face compared to other countries. I'm telling you, like yeah. I mean, they getting more than 1,200 a month. A month. Like damn. Shout out my brother Nick Gurr. Nick, you know what? You know what? You know what's so crazy about a troll is that, like you try to be nice. Like I don't mind trolls. It's called a mole, honey. It's called a mole. But you try to like be cool, laugh, speak, when you a person that reads your chat. But then y'all gotta do some dumb shit. Like why? Why? Like what do y'all be doing like sitting on the other side? Like I don't know if you're on your computer, on your phone or whatever. Like, what do y'all do? You just sitting over there like laughing, you jacking your dick off, like you playing in each other's asses, like while you like in somebody's chat. Like, what the fuck do y'all be doing? I mean, I probably got something on my forehead, and you probably sitting over there with something on your forehead too. Like, honestly, like, you can't be nice to people. You just can't. Exactly, Sandra, ignorant as fuck. Well, that's nice. That's very nice. Good for you. Congratulations. I'm sure your mother was very happy. Anyway, I'm gonna get y'all up out of here. Get y'all up out of here. Since I can't slap the fuck out of you because you need your ass whooped for real. This is why kids should be monitored. Like, I don't know what your mama do. Your mama probably out like hoeing around and stuff, and you on the internet playing with grown people. We over here talking grown business, and you talking about it. You want a math debate. Well, since you want a math debate, can you go and figure out these numbers so these politicians can send out a check? Or are you in my chat because you trying to figure out how much of a credit your mama gonna get for you? Is that why you over here? You in the chat trying to figure out how much of a check your mama gonna get for you. Is that what you trying to do so you can know what to ask her for Christmas? Hey, youngest, how you doing, boo? Merry Christmas. Exactly, Willie. No, he can't debate no damn math. Because we over here talking numbers and he ain't chimed in yet. He over there goddamn jokes. Like, is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it. All that bullshit. And I'm over here really reading your comments like, well, you got me. I hope y'all got a good laugh out of it. I hope you got a good laugh. Merry Christmas to you too, babe. All right, y'all. So yeah, so that's it. So we just waiting. They got until midnight tonight. Midnight tonight. Um, so we're gonna see what happens, and then we'll be back on. Over on Butterfly's channel, she is doing. Butterfly's trying to reach her 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate anybody who's not subscribed to Butterfly to please go and subscribe, support her. She's really cool, people. You know, she's been on here for a while. She supports a lot of people, and we really need to support those who support us back. Wait a minute, hold up, let me see. Okay. Weekly sent by $600 payment. I thought they was changing something, but I guess not. Second stimulus check, here's what bill. All right, I thought it was something new, y'all. Let me see. Wait a minute. Congress to vote on a new COVID-19 stimulus. Congress vote. Ways to pass long awaited. I think it's enough for the summer. Well, all right, y'all. It's 7 o'clock. I'm about to get my ass up out of here. So, all right. Well, we will be on Butterfly's channel later. Maybe we'll find out some good news in the meantime. I'm sure that they're going to take it down to the wire. I don't expect this to happen right now or anything because it hasn't even gotten. You too, youngest. Thank you so much, babe. They haven't even gotten to the first vote yet. It has to go pass through the House, then the Senate, then it has to go to Trump. So it hasn't even been passed once yet. So I'm sure that it's gonna go all the way down to the wire. Um, my bad. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, no, that's it. Um, Blazing, do you still got your? Oh, you did open your memberships back up. Okay, I need to do that. Gift 35. What's that? Mm. Okay, y'all. I love y'all. Okay, y'all. Please sign up. Blazing has memberships. He did open his membership back up. You guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna go on Fashion Nova. I'm gonna order this. I'm gonna order. They got like a Chicago Bulls little jacket. I'm gonna order that. Go on my shoes. My son got me. They got buy one get one free right now, so I'm gonna order like the jacket is like $70, but then I'm gonna get something that's the same price. I think they got these like thigh high boots. I'm gonna see if they really do send them in 2 days, and then I'll have them by the weekend to go in my outfit. Because Forever 21, let me tell you something about thigh high boots when you got big legs. Like, oh, are you? I can't wait to see what's in there. So I'm gonna be over there to watch that. But yeah, them boots, they got me fucked up. Like them boots did not go all the way up my thigh. They need to stop playing so motherfucking much. So anyway, I'm just rambling now, y'all. I love y'all. I hope you have an amazing day or night, and I will see y'all later. And if I don't, I'll see you next time. Okay, Sandra, thank you all for being here. I'll see y'all later. I be forgetting like when you're on StreamYard, then you got like all these extra buttons to push. Bye, y'all.